morning and welcome to GrainTV. Today's February 21st, 2012. I'm Logan Burgess. To my right is Brock Shimano. Brock, kind of the big story here as far as the macro markets are concerned is that Greece did receive their bailout this morning. Can you take us through kind of the details of that agreement here?
Greece did meet an agreement to get a second massive bailout from the International Monetary Fund. They got about $170 billion in funds from them. The second part of that deal was that there was actually a deal between the private bond holders and the central banks that hold the bonds. Private bond holders are set to lose about 70% of their value in those bonds. The central banks, they said they would forego any profits that were potentially in the cards for them. They'd forego those, help Greece out a little bit on their debt situation. What we're ultimately trying to do is bring their debt down to 120% of GDP by 2020. Right now it sits at 160% of GDP, so they have a lot of work to get done in the next 8 years or so. What's this going to do for us here, though? We have to keep our eye on the dollar index. As we know, the euro is the biggest component of that dollar index. So if the euro is gaining strength, the dollar index is going to be becoming weaker, which should hold up the grains just a little bit here in the early going.
Yeah, certainly. We are looking for a little bit of support there from that. It has to do with the competitiveness of U.S. grain on the world market, the relative strength of the U.S. dollar compared to euro and the other currencies involved there. Kind of staying on the export sales front here, we did see some news come out from the Foreign Ag Service this morning. We saw that China was actually back in the soybean market. 250,000 metric tons of soybeans sold to China for the 2012-2013 marketing year. Corn, we also had a sale this morning of 110,000 metric tons to an unknown destination. That's for the current marketing year, so that should be propping up the grains a little bit here this morning. You know, if you're out there working in the fields and you want to stay updated on what's happening in the markets, go ahead and follow us on Twitter. @GrainTV is where you can find us. Kind of staying on the same note here, over the weekend we did see Brazil come out and announce plans to expand their ability to export soybeans. Here, take a look here on the map. You can see that the two southern dots are the two largest existing facilities in the country. The red dot here near the city of Belima is going to be actually the largest facility in Brazil, able to handle about 18 million tons of soybeans per year. Kind of the big story here, though, is the cost at which, or I guess the cost effectiveness of getting beans to this port compared to the two existing facilities. Right now, Brazil farmers pay about 4 times as much as U.S. farmers to get their beans to market. And specifically for farmers in the Mato Grosso region, they should be able to take advantage of barge traffic down the Amazon River to this new port. So obviously it's not really going to be affecting the markets here. This facility is coming online in 2014, but it's certainly something to keep an eye on here moving forward. Kind of an interesting story. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back to watch the markets trade live on Fire Tip.
Well, it's definitely earned me more money. Just like Decatur, they were paying 70 cents more for summer corn there in August. We were hauling corn 100 mile for 40 cents, and we're making 30 cents, and I wouldn't even known that price was probably on there. I wouldn't have thought of calling Decatur, but when you go to the Grower's Edge page, then it takes all that running around out of it for you.
Welcome back to GrainTV. Let's go to Fire Tip to check out the quotes in Chicago. Looks like corn is down 5.5, soybeans are up 1, wheat in Chicago is down 6.25, and Kansas City wheat is down 5.25. Take a look at that dollar index, like we mentioned earlier. That bailout for Greece is actually pressuring the dollar lower right now. Looks like we're sitting close to that 79 level.
Yeah, Brock, if we want to move over a little bit here and take a look at some chart landscape on the March dollar index contract here, you can see that we are trading lower here this morning. This announcement seems to kind of be knocking the legs out of a little bit of a rally that we saw in the dollar index after finding bids around that 78.5, 79 level. As you can see here on the chart, the blue line here is the 100-day moving average, so we're moving down below that. That'll certainly be a good thing to keep on your radar here this morning. As we said earlier, if you do want updates during the day, follow us on Twitter. @GrainTV is where you can find us. I think that wraps up our show here for Tuesday morning. Have a great day.